Hi there, this is Tim with an Elite Dangerous video, and in this video we are heading over to the Jellyfish Nebula, and this is day 3 of my April exploration journey that I've been chronicling. Obviously this is the third video for day 3, and you join me as I am closing in from 4,000 light years south of the California Nebula, and I'm heading across now straight towards the Jellyfish Nebula. Obviously the time is accelerated. I've fast forwarded the video quite a bit for the travel sequences and just tried to play it in normal time when there's something that would be worth pointing out or showing you guys. But I wanted to include the whole journey because I went through the trouble mainly of recording all 540 gigs of video to do that. Switched the map here so that I can see any strange stars, and there we go, that should actually be a neutron star, and that's where I've plotted my route to. It's quite a pretty nebula, this one, and obviously I'm within 1,000 light years for it to have been able to plot that route now. And most of what I'm seeing here again is unexplored because I've come from a very, very, very strange angle where there's really nothing else to see. So it's not one of those kind of A to B routes that I've given it. Other players just aren't crazy enough to take these kind of routes, apparently. And stopped here for a few screenshots. This is me actually in the external camera while it's in its cruise mode down to the planet. A little bit dangerous to do that, but if you can get to the rear of the ship quick enough, it actually makes for some nice screenshots. And as I showed you in a previous video, if you're going near a nebula, fly away from the star. Keep watching that nebula in front, and this is why I've left this in the video, is because this is a perfect showcase for why you should fly away from the star and get away from basically what is the light pollution that's stopping you from seeing the nebula properly. The further away you get, the brighter things become. Dropping out of Super Cruise here to take some screenshots. My Anaconda is still holding up pretty well. I think I've only made one mistake so far, and that was accidentally flying into a sun or a star. And you can see around there's actually quite a few other nebulae that you can visit, and that's one of the things that really made me want to be a little bit different with my route planning, is that after I've been to the Jellyfish Nebula, I'm going to ignore the Monkey Head, the Rosette and the Seagull Nebula and literally go straight from here down to the Crab Nebula, because very, very, very few people will have actually taken that route. Normally they go to the ones that are en route first, but actually going almost a straight line should allow me to get a few unexplored systems. Now here I've jumped into the neutron star that is within the Jellyfish Nebula, and unfortunately, because it's a neutron star and there are multiple other stars in this system, you can really see none of the nebula. It's all kind of black. So apart from scanning the neutron star, there wasn't really a lot to look at here for me. But there we go, that's that scanned. you take a look at the system here, there's 4 brown dwarfs, 2 yellow stars, and there's a few landable planets, but it might be a bit difficult to find kind of a shaded area on one of those. Switching back so I can see all stars now. You can see where I am in relation to populated space back there, and you can see the Rosette Nebula, you can see the Monkey Head Nebula at the top right, but I'm going straight for a system that looked a little bit brighter than normal to me earlier, so I actually noted it down, and that's going to be my midway point going towards the Crab Nebula. So 665 light years away. This looked a little bit brighter than normal when I turned off this type of star, so I wondered if it had kind of a planetary nebula or something of that sort. It ended up not having one, so don't go here based on my saying so. There wasn't really anything particularly interesting about it at all. But yeah, this was my midway point, and then onwards from here to the Crab Nebula, which I'll actually find now. And there it is. This is a beautiful angle. As you can see at the top right, I actually flew away from the central star a long way to allow the light to come out properly for the galactic plane and for the nebula itself. Such a deep red. A lot of other nebulas seem to have kind of have a pinkish look to it. That's a very vibrant blood red. And I'm actually heading down because the Crab Nebula is quite a long way below the galactic plane. I actually screwed up again here, 98% hull, and I'm now down to 96. So that's pretty annoying. That's my second screw up, and that was actually because I had Elite Dangerous wasn't the focus application. I was busy messing around doing something else, which is fairly common. I have 3 screens, so sometimes I play Elite on a single screen and do other things on the other screens. Just checking my damage levels here. Lowest one is the thrusters at 96. Waiting for my FSD to cool down. And it looks like I wasn't going to get any cooler than 57%. So just decided to jump without using the FSD to get away from the star first. That's over 100% heat now. Okay, there we go. So back to accelerated speed again. And I'm now at my location to end the video, and we are 1,600 light years still away from the Crab Nebula. And if you look, the Crab Nebula is actually in a little bit of a dark zone, a little bit of a rift, so it does actually get a bit complicated to jump to it, and you'll see that in the next video. Here's a few screenshots to close out the video. Highly recommend visiting the Jellyfish Nebula. Very nice colours, as you can see on this screenshot. Very deep blood reds on the reverse side of it. You can see where it is in relation to Barnard's Loop there. I hope you enjoyed that. Stick around for the next video because things are about to get a little bit more complicated. Thank you. Bye bye.